What is going on, Headliner Nation? We actually gave Kyle a little bit of a heads up. Usually we don't give any heads up. We put a post out a couple hours ago letting the people know we were going to be going live, and here it is, Sunday evening, time for another live stream, Kyle.
I love myself a good live stream.
Yeah, nothing better than a good live stream, right? I mean, hopefully everybody's doing good out there. I can already see that the chat is popping off.
It's popping.
We've been live for like 60 seconds, and the chat is moving. Really appreciate the support. The videos have been doing great lately. You guys seem to be enjoying the information, so that is a good thing, because me and Kyle put a lot of preparation into those videos, so we greatly appreciate the support with those. But we just want to hang out and spend a little bit of time with you guys. And Kyle, we're going to give away a couple draft guides, but we're going to do it a different way. We like to do things differently, right? We don't want to just be the same old, be boring. So this is how we're going to do it tonight. We're giving away 2 draft guides. The way that it's going to happen is if you purchase your draft guide before midnight tonight, even no matter what your time zone is, so you purchase one tonight, we're going to randomly select 2 people to refund your money and get you a draft guide. They are flying off the virtual shelves. People are loving it. If you go scroll through other comment sections, nothing but compliments for it. But Kyle, we're going to spend a little bit of time with the people tonight, just answering some questions. You can ask us anything tonight, fantasy, football, whatever it is. We'll try to answer as many of them as we possibly can. But as you can see, there's a lot of them. But we'll get to as many as we can. Kyle, you ready to go?
I am ready.
Daniel Lopez just wanted to say, sup.
Sup.
What's up, Daniel? How we doing?
What's going on?
Cody Williams, Alexander Madison. Thoughts? Kyle, do you even care about Alexander Madison, even if you are the Cook owner? I mean, is that somebody who you're going to, focus on in a draft only if you have Dalvin Cook, or even outside of having Dalvin Cook?
I'm not going to go crazy trying to get him, so I'm not going to skip over other standalone value type players. But if you're looking at getting handcuffs, he's probably one of the more valuable handcuffs to have this year. So, if you can get him at a decent price, 100% go for it. I'm all right with that. But if your thoughts are, I want to grab Alexander Madison over a guy like James White, no, go ahead and grab White first and then wait on Madison. After that, I was trying to find Madison's ADP. There it goes. Now it's loading. Where is that guy sitting right now? Where is he at? He's pretty low down there. So he's going in the 10th round right now. That's not too bad. If you want to spend a 10th round pick on your a handcuff, especially if you already own Dalvin Cook, then I'm okay bumping up to the 9th round. Give him a little bit early if you need to.
Who would you rather have, Kyle? Alexander Madison or Jordan Howard?
It probably depends on my situation. If I own Dalvin Cook and I already have like 3 really solid running backs, including Cook, I'm probably okay just grabbing Madison to make sure I have him in case Cook goes down. But if I don't have Cook, grab Howard. I'm probably not drafting Madison if I don't have Cook. If you have Cook, but you only have 2 solid running backs, grab Howard. So it kind of depends on what you're doing with your roster at that point in time.
Yeah, it all depends on what you currently have and who's available there on the board for sure. Let's see here. I think it says it's Tauland breaks, Zeke or Saquon. I mean, yes to both of them. We love them both, but for myself and Kyle, Saquon is going to be just a smidge higher. With Jason Garrett calling the plays in New York, it is not out of the question that Saquon Barkley could see upwards of 350 touches this season. And we say it all the time, right? You can't score fantasy football points if you aren't touching the football. He's going to touch a lot of balls this year, is one Saquon Barkley. So we got him a spot or 2 higher.
We love ball touchers.
Whoa. Oops. Careful, Kyle.
That was just said on the internet.
That was said. That's going to be a GIF somewhere. What about Devin?
YouTube. What did I do?
Devin Burchett says Evans or Godwin. Right now, I still have Godwin a little bit higher than Evans. However, Evans is somewhat of a value in that offense still. It's just kind of iffy. I think Evans is still going to hover right around that 70 catch mark, where I think that Godwin has the opportunity to get up in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, again, kind of depends on what you're looking for. Do I want last year, if I had Mike Evans as my wide receiver 1, I was fine with that. I was all over Mike Evans. We loved him. He was a must-have for us last year. This year, I don't know if I really want to roll with him as my wide receiver one, just because there is probably going to be a tendency to see some inconsistent performances this year, and that I really don't love having at my wide receiver one.
Yeah, absolutely. Here is a great question coming in from Hamburger Helper, which I did love as a child, by the way. What was that? Potato stroganoff. I loved that as a kid growing up. If my mom is watching right now, which she's probably not, she's going to remember that because I used to love that. Anyway, great question. It says, what's up, guys? Why are rookies this year ranked so high? Personally, it's because there hasn't been crap going on in the world sports-wise, and this is the shiny new toy that everybody wants to talk about. That's the biggest difference, is there's no other news stories out there to dampen that a little bit. Everybody's got to be hyped up about the rookies, and people are going to end up overpaying.
Yeah, it's like that every year. I mean, we get into the off season, and then everyone wants to make sure that they have, the new guy, that they're the ones that say, oh, I was on Jonathan Taylor first, or, oh, I was on Keyshawn Vaughn first, or, whatever it may be. So that's why. But, with this year, you gotta be a little bit more patient with it.
Yep, absolutely. Luke Nash has a great question too, and I'm going to address it because it's about the draft guide. I'm not going to say exactly what's in the draft guide, obviously, but he wants to know how come there's differing opinions on Amari Cooper. It's pretty simple. Me and Kyle are different people. If you watch, I know it's crazy. I mean, the resemblance, especially the hair, is just so similar. But any station you watch on TV, whether it's one of the big networks, whatever it is, there's multiple shows that come on all throughout the day, and they all don't agree with each other. I mean, heck, there's shows out there that make a living off of disagreeing with each other. Like, that's their sole purpose, and you know who we're talking about. So that's part of it. But I mean, just because Kyle doesn't like somebody doesn't mean that I don't have to like somebody either. I mean, it goes two ways. And the great thing about that is you get to see the perspective from both sides, right? You get to hear Kyle's argument, and then you get to hear my argument. And the beauty of it is you get to take from it what really helps you make the decisions on draft day. So that's why there's differing opinions from different people. And that's going to happen throughout, because we don't sit here and I don't make Kyle like the guys that I like, and I don't have to like the guys that he likes. That's the beauty of it, is there's going to be guys that we disagree on. Amari Cooper is one of them. Sonny K says, hello, everyone.
What's going on? Sonny K says, can you I'm going to think he's saying, can you talk about Superflex strategies? Tomorrow's mock draft video is about Superflex. Perfect timing. No, not that type of flex.
It wasn't that super, Kyle?
Not that super. That's too flexish. I just made that word
too
up.
Much, right?
Too much.
It's beyond super. It's like duper, like super duper flexing. No.
So tomorrow's mock draft. It's going to be the primary thing about tomorrow's mock draft is, how do you win a draft where you're sitting in the turn? So we're going to talk about that in depth. But I also made it a super flex and 10 teams, because a lot of people are asking for 10-team mocks. A lot of people are asking for super flex mocks. So there you got it. Answering you, Headliner Nation.
That's right. And if you notice that too, if you go through a lot of the comment sections of the videos, if you leave it and say, hey, this would be something great to hear, we don't hear about this anywhere else, more than likely you're probably going to find us working that into a show or having a show on it altogether. We'll have comments all the times of, hey, I just talked about this last week and now there's a show. That's amazing. Do that stuff. That's what makes this an actual community that goes back and forth, right? It's not just me and Kyle and Chris and Lone Boner and everybody out there. I mean, it's all of us together. So if you have ideas, throw them down below in the comment section. I had a question on how do I buy a draft guide. Just go to thefantasyheadliners.com. It's right there on our homepage, Jose. Let's see here.
David Hathaway says, Kyle and Jake are like Batman and Robin. I'll leave it up to others to decide who Batman and who's Robin. I'm Robin, because I'm not going to lie, I think I would look a lot better in those tights than you.
I'm not going to argue that. I mean, Batman's got that suit that makes him look muscular and buff. I'm all for that, because that way I don't have to work out. I can just put the suit on.
Yeah, I'll be Robin. Perfect. I like a good pair of tights.
Wow. That sounds like a challenge, Kyle. The next bet we have is going to be somebody's going to have to wear tights on the show.
Oh, boy.
Here's one from Super Cooper 03, Chark or Terry McLaurin?
Oh, McLaurin, 100%.
It may if I could go over 100%, I would go over 100%. I have an unsafe love for the breakout year of one Dwayne Haskins this year, and a lot of people do not want to agree with that. And I get it. I understand the guy played horrible to start his NFL career, but the second half of his games he played last season, he really started to look a lot better. And Terry McLaurin's going to be his number one target. They had the chemistry because they went to college together. Absolutely. DJ Chark is going to be very touchdown dependent. I don't know if we see consistent volume weekly for him to be a safe play every week. What about here's a great one. Stephen Valek. Where are you guys ranking Chubb? Love some Chubb. I mean, we love Chubb again, and I'm sick and tired of all the what about Kareem Hunt arguments. Stop with the Kareem Hunt arguments. Just stop. I mean, geez, there are going to be so many touches available in that offense. They can both be fantasy relevant. Everybody wants to say, oh, go look at Chubb's splits once Hunt came back. Why don't you go look at how many times Chubb was still touching the football? He's still touching the ball almost 20 times a week. Plus, this is an entire different offense. Quit worrying about what happened last year. It's completely different this year. They're going to run first in Cleveland, and I love Chubb. I got Chubb at number 5 right now, which is probably higher than most breathing people right now.
That's the mistake that a lot of people make is they just refuse to let people try and change their minds. And they hook on to like this one piece of information and they say, oh, well, what about this? And no matter what we say, they just keep going back and back to that information because that's all they've got. Can't do that in fantasy football. You got to have an open mind.
Exactly. And we just got the question from our boy he's been here for a couple years. Once hater turned fan. I remember that conversation. It's Hussein Rizk, and he's comments on a lot of videos, and he even says, what about Kareem Hunt? I'm not worried about Kareem Hunt. The volume on the ground is going to be there for Chubb. The goal line carries are going to be there. The improved offensive line. You got Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry when he's 100%, Austin Hooper, and you still have David Njoku to pull defenders outside of the box. This is the best opportunity at running the ball that Cleveland has had in forever. Chubb may only go out there and get 17 touches a week this year compared to his 20 that he saw last year. However, the 17 that he sees a week this year are going to be way more efficient than what they were last year. Look at some of his biggest gains. It's because he has that game-breaking ability, that breakaway speed. He can run between the tackles. He can beat you around the corner to the outside. He is still capable of catching passes out of the backfield. Kareem Hunt is going to be all over the place. Do not be surprised if you see a lot more Kareem Hunt in the slot this year at times, just to kind of mix things up. Plus, there was a lot of opportunities last year where they were both in the backfield at the same time. I'm not overly worried about Kareem Hunt.
Why can't they both survive? I mean, what rule out there says that you can't have two running backs? Chubb's floor is high RB2. That's his floor. So even if you get to the end of the first round and you're drafting a running back whose floor is high end running back 2, that's an extremely safe pick.
Yeah, exactly. And the ceiling is still top 5.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like it's not an option. I mean, it's very doable for him to go out there and at least replicate last year's numbers with or without Hunt. And I remember, doing that video, we had a few guys where we were naming some of the other backfields that have produced big, years. Most recently, Latavius Murray, Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara in New Orleans. They were both top 10 backs just a couple of years ago. It can happen. I'm not going to just sell Hunt or sell Chubb because all of a sudden Hunt's going to be there. I mean, Hunt isn't exactly known for making great off-the-field choices anyway. How do you not know that Nick Chubb has massive volume just a couple weeks into the season?
Hamburger Helper says, with no preseason, will that affect player rankings? I guess it depends on what do you mean about player rankings, like where we currently have them ranked or our process. I mean, it's not going to affect our process because the process is taking things into consideration, like not having any preseason. So the question would be, or the correct question would be, does it affect where you currently have anybody ranked? Maybe a little bit. I might drop a couple of the rookies, but the thing is with rookies, I always kind of build in that slow start to the season when I do rankings. Like, I love Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor is not a running back 1 the first 6 weeks of the season. It's not going to happen. Could he be in the back half? Yeah, absolutely. But I build that into my rankings to start. So that's why when you look at my rankings and you see maybe some of the rookies are a little bit lower, it's because I build that type of capital into it already. So will it change much for me? Probably not. But it's exciting to know that I'm not going to lose a player this year to a game that means absolutely nothing in August.
Yep. I mean, the injuries, I'm a little bit worried about the in-season injuries this year being a little bit more frequent because there wasn't those preseason games. However, going into the season, at least we know everybody should be healthy for the most part. Quick question, Kyle, and I'm going to ask it because it's on my phone, but I don't want you to answer it, Kyle. I want the chat to answer it because I'm hoping that this person is watching. So on my rankings video for my wide receivers, I just got a comment on a video that says DeAndre Hopkins is definitely top 3, not top 8. LMAO. And then he goes on to say the majority of people agree with him and that he has no idea where I get my information from. So I want to know if the chat thinks that DeAndre Hopkins is a top 3 wide receiver here in 2020. Put it in the comment section.
Interesting.
Yeah, kind of crazy, huh? Weird. It's like I don't even watch football, Kyle. Let's see here.
Freddie Rodriguez. I'm going running back in my first 3 rounds. What do you guys think?
It depends, but I love it. I mean,
yeah, I'm good.
The overall thought of it is great, but don't lock yourself into a certain position in a certain round because if a big name falls that maybe you weren't expecting, you don't want to just pass them by just because of the certain position you're looking for. As long as you have a couple stud running backs, it's fine. What else do we have? We see our boy Zev Englander out there in the chat. He's in all the videos. What's going on, Zev? Let's see here.
Zev has a very, very attractive looking man as his profile picture.
Wow.
He looks to be about 17 years old, and I'm allowed to say that about an underage individual because it's me.
Exactly. And all the no's and no ways and nopes, those have to be with DeAndre Hopkins. So I'm hoping whoever left that comment can watch this live stream and say, hey, listen, buddy, you ain't got it. Maybe fantasy football isn't for you. Okay. Let's see.
Lance is gone says, what is the best approach for the fantasy football season without a preseason? How many mock drafts should I do? I ask this so I have a great handle. Then my opponents in my league. You must be asking, like, how do you get a heads up on them? Number one, don't draft your league super early. Just wait it out. Wait until a couple of weeks from the start of the regular season this year, which is basically my advice every single season anyway. But as far as having no preseason, yeah, mock draft. Why not? It helps you feel more comfortable when you do things. I mean, I'm mock drafting at least once a week right now, if not more. And because of that, it's helping me get a little bit familiar with different draft spots, how I feel players falling. Should I take a guy a little bit earlier? Should I take a guy a little bit late? I mean, my sweet bread and butter spot has been 2, 3, or 4 this year. And I've done a lot of mock drafts from the 10, 11, or 12, and I haven't done that great at them. But then the other night when I did a mock draft with all of our Patreon subscribers, I mock draft from the 10 hole, and I loved my team. And it was because I've done it from there so many times now that I'm like, okay, this is the strategy I need to have here where I feel comfortable drafting these players. So yeah, mock drafting helps 100% in my opinion.
It helps you not be nervous during draft day, right? Mm-hmm. Like you just said, because you get so familiar with things that you're not easily caught off guard. Because I will be the first one to sit here and admit every single fantasy football draft I've ever been in, it does not go as planned. There's always that one person, that one guy that reaches for somebody or drafts the quarterback early that you weren't expecting and a certain player falls. You just have to be able to recognize that and change your strategy on a round-by-round basis.
Brandon Johnson says, do you believe the organization is listening to Wilson by acquiring Adams? Love the guide, the content, and the community. Keep up the great work. Appreciate it, Brandon. Thanks for those words. I think they're probably always listening to Wilson, except for the fact that he hasn't had an offensive line in 45 years, it seems like, even though he hasn't even been in the league that long. But yeah, they got an opportunity to add a game changer at the safety position when their defense has not been quite what it used to. They gave up an awful lot. I think the Jets won that trade, but that they felt that was the guy that they were missing, and they went and got him. So,
like you said, I think they're always listening to Wilson. He's their franchise quarterback. He's going to have a lot of say in that, that roster makeup. Do I think that Russell Wilson went there and said, hey, you guys have to go do this? Maybe. I don't know if I would go that far. I think it helps, though. Everybody, obviously, it's not like Jamal Adams is not a great player. I think there's not a team out there that doesn't want him. Maybe except the Jets now. You know what I mean? But outside of that, he's a great player. I mean, it's not like, everybody's going to say, nah, I don't want him. He's not good enough. Going to Seattle makes some sense. I mean, they're trying to recreate the Legion of Boom 2.0 now. And that's, just another piece in that. We have 339 people watching right now. And I have, Kyle, my Let It Flow helmet ready to go. However, we need some more likes if we're going to let it flow tonight. So let's hit that like button. We appreciate it. Let's get some more people watching this and get the community more involved. Anton, hang on, let me read one question real quick. I've seen him put it 15 times in here.
Go ahead.
It says, need advice. I want to go one tight end on my team, Higbee or Hurst. I have the draft guide, but I think Hurst has better upside. So really the question here is Higbee or Hurst. In my opinion, Hurst is probably a little bit safer. Mm-hmm. However, Higbee has the higher ceiling, but he also has the lower floor. I think a lot of people are expecting Tyler Higbee to pick up where he left off, and that is not entirely the case. A little bit of a different situation there. Do they involve more Gerald Everett this year? I don't see it too much. But I still think that Tyler Higbee's a little bit more of a gamble, and if you want to play it safer, then you go Hayden Hurst in your lineup.
So Rashawn Singh says, hey, Kyle and Jake, can you explain Joe Mixon? I feel like you guys have different viewpoints on him. It's not that we have different viewpoints. It's just that one of them loves him a lot more than the other one. Jake doesn't hate Joe Mixon by any means. You've got him in your top 12, right?
I think he's number 10. I'd have
10.
to look, but I think he's number 10.
I've gotten all the way up at 4 because I love myself some Joe Mixon. Here's the thing I can tell you. On my must-have running back video where I talked about Joe Mixon and Josh Jacobs, just go listen to it. That's the best I can tell you because there is not an argument in the industry that is better put together than my argument on Joe Mixon. So I'm just going to say that. I love myself some Joe Mixon. If you need more info, go listen to that video. It's going to give you everything that you need to make your decision. Robbie Dre says, sell Debo or Gallup in a dynasty and what for? I would personally rather sell Debo than Gallup because Gallup could potentially be the wide receiver 2 there in Dallas next year if they decide to move on from Amari Cooper. Debo for me is never going to be like a mass producer. Like he's going to have some good games. He's going to, they're going to use him in different situations. He's not a gadget player by any means, but they kind of use him as such. He's not like your traditional outside wide receiver that's going to go put up a mass amount of volume. He's going to do things a little bit differently. I'd rather have Gallup because he could end up being that mass outside producer next year, especially when you've got a guy like, Lamb. And then, who knows if they move on from Cooper. So personally, for future use, because it's dynasty, I'd rather keep Gallup. And selling them for what? Honestly, it depends. You're not going to be able to sell Debo for a lot right now. And right now, Gallup's really value is tanked because they have 2 wide receivers kind of ahead of them. So you can't sell them for anything right now. Keep both of them because if you try to sell them, you're selling them at their lowest value point, and that is never a good idea in Dynasty. Just hold on to both of them for right now.
Yeah, absolutely 100% agree with that. We also have Dryden McComish.
McComish.
Appreciate you, Dryden. It says, hey, guys, love the work you do. Keep it up. Excited for the season. We're excited, too. We've been telling people for months, be positive, glass half full. And now we're going to have football. So that's why you stay positive. Why dwell and be negative for months on months on months and just to turn around and be wrong? Why not just spend the majority of your life happy and positive and hope for the best? That's the mentality that we're always going to have here 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Kyle. I'll let you read the next one.
I can't read it. It hasn't popped all the way up yet.
Oh, well, I'll read it. Perfect. It's from our buddy, Kyle. My Swollen Taint.
Oh, what's up? SWT. That's what I'm calling him from now on. SWT.
He wants to know how much would it cost him on Patreon to get sexy pictures of you?
I post pictures of myself in the MVP Patreon chat every once in a while.
You do. You really do. And it's a little awkward. I'm just glad they have all had clothes on. But yeah, you like to post pictures of yourself in the MVP chat.
Yeah.
So if you want to see
month.
those pictures, $20 a month is about it. You can get whatever you want from Kyle for that. I got our boy Josh Knutson. He's out in the chat. He's part of the MVP tier. What's going on, Josh? Our own Chris Kennedy out there helping answer some questions. I saw our boy Chris Chouse out there a little bit earlier. Everybody in the chat trying to help out. Here's a good one from Andy Gamma. Cam Akers or David Montgomery?
David Montgomery.
I think I agree with you. And it's crazy to say because David Montgomery burned a lot of people because there was people out there telling you to draft him really early last year that made no sense. And he burned a lot of people. But this year, the volume's going to be there. And with Cam Akers, you're kind of just hoping for it. He is by far the best talent in the backfield, but that offensive line is absolutely horrendous in LA.
Yeah, and McVay even made the comment that they could really just rotate all of those running backs. He was very complimentary of Kyle Shanahan and what they done there. So, yeah, for me personally, I'm going to go with Montgomery because we know that there's going to be volume. Okay, Tariq Cohen, I like him, but he's not taking carries away from David Montgomery.
Yeah, exactly. Stephen Valek, would you guys recommend staying away from rookies this year without preseason, especially wide receivers? First of all, don't forget, and I'm going to get close to the camera here, Kyle. Hang on. I'm going to talk to the people.
I don't know if I can hear you. Hold on. Let me get closer.
Everybody has value except Ronald Jones.
I got close to the camera for that bolt.
That's right. Everybody has value except Ron and Devin Funchess. He doesn't have a whole lot either.
Yeah, that I agree.
But everybody has value. It's just you don't want to overpay for it. So am I staying away from Jalen Reagor this year? Nope. Am I going to draft him in the 5th round? Nope, I'm not. I'm going to hope he falls to the 9th-ish. Then, yeah, I'll grab him. Justin Jefferson, another one of those guys. If he's there in the double-digit rounds, it's minimal risk, and then I'll take that chance. I'm not going to load up on rookies. More than likely, I probably won't have more than one on any roster that I have this year unless it's a dynasty roster, just to limit the risk.
Luis Perez says, does the draft guide have PPR cheat sheets? What's in there right now, Jake?
Well, right now we just have the top 200 for standard and PPR, but
yes,
myself and Kyle are adding in cheat sheets throughout the next week or so-ish for individual positions, and then we'll have standard, half PPR, and full PPR. So
yes,
it's all going to be in there pretty soon because people have been asking for it, so we're going to update that. If Taylor is out there listening, Taylor, that update is coming. If Taylor is not listening, I will text him later.
The Mad Hater says, need to in my keeper league. T.Y. Hilton, Carson, or Mac. Thanks, boys. Been a sub forever. Never go to another channel. # never fun crab. The Mad Hatter. Appreciate it. A hater. Sorry. I am keeping Carson and Hilton.
What were the options again?
Carson, Hilton, or Mac.
Yes, 100% Carson and Hilton.
Yep.
I mean, Mac I still think sees some touches this year to start the season, but by midseason I don't think we see very much Marlon Mack because Jonathan Taylor going to be running fools over.
Ben says, do we have any discount codes? No, because it's $20 for over 600 pages of pure fantasy football bliss that just keeps getting bigger with every update. So we think it's very reasonably priced.
We underprice it, and we do that on purpose. Now, we had the same price last year, and we contemplated raising it this year because there's more in it this year than last year. But with the year that a lot of people are having, we didn't find it the right timing to raise a price. We wanted to make sure that everybody could afford it, and that's why we keep it at $19.99. Even though you have over 100 pages more this year than you had last year, we kept the price the same just to try to help people out this year. It's just a ton of work and time and money that went into it.
There are companies out there between our draft guide, draft guide and the Patreon MVP package. So if you go to Patreon and you become a subscriber for the MVP package for $20 a month, you get a free draft guide. You get in a chat with Jake and I. You get access to all of our exclusive content, including Chris Kennedy's NBA, DFS, and NFL picks. And you get access to his formula. Okay. So you get all of that for like $20 a month. There are websites out there that are charging you for the year like $700, $800, $900 for less information. So we're all about the community here. We can't do this without you all. So we want to make sure that we keep it reasonably priced for you all so you can stop paying more and start getting paid.
Did you just come up with that?
No.
Okay.
We've had that for a while. You even put it on a thumbnail at one point.
I probably did. Taylor probably put it on a thumbnail. I don't know.
Oh, was it Taylor?
Yeah, probably. I didn't do it. Let's see. But it makes sense, so we'll go with it.
I should have just taken credit for it.
I should have, but Taylor, if he's watching, I don't want to make him mad because he does a lot of work for us. Joshua McCulley, James Conner, or Joe Mixon? For us, I think it's kind of simple. It's going to be Joe Mixon 100% for both of us. I don't mind James Conner if he's my running back 3. I don't want him to be anything more than that because of the risk. Let's see here. The best third-round running back for the best third-round running back. Let me look at ADP here real quick.
Best third-round running back? I've got it up right here. Hold on. Oops, excuse me. Sorry, didn't mean to say that.
This can't be right. No, that's not right.
Third-round running backs right now, based on ADP from all major websites, Gurley, Fournette, Gordon, CEH, Carson, and Bell. So if I had to pick any one of those players, Todd Gurley is my number 1 pick.
100%. If Todd Gurley is my third-round pick, I am ecstatic.
And I will take Carson over CEH.
And you know who's dangerously close to the third round right now because it shows at the 2.10 as the average in 12-team leagues? Kenyon Drake. If Kenyon Drake falls to the third round, I am sporting more than just one Chubb. I haven't gone 6 to midnight, but I'm like at least 6 to 10.
You just said you had more than one though, so
that's how impressive it is, Kyle.
We're not.
Do we need pictures?
Nope.
Okay. Let's see. Now I have no idea what tab the questions are on, so hopefully there they are. Let's see.
Should I draft Cup before #NeverAmari from Jake all day, every day? They're both third rounders, assuming going RBs the first 2 round.
I just can't, Kyle. I can't make a video. And actually, this is a great segue. I made a video to tell people not to draft Amari Cooper, and then people were so upset when I put him at like number 20 in my rankings. What does that say to people if I say don't draft him and then I put him in the top 12 or 15? Makes no sense, right? So I'm out on Amari Cooper. I'm going with Cooper Kupp. Kyle, on the other hand, wants some Amari Cooper.
Give me #AlwaysAmari. Would I want Amari Cooper as my wide receiver 1? No, and I'll talk about that on the mock draft video tomorrow. Because in that mock draft, I drafted him as my wide receiver 1, but I'll talk about it a little bit more. But if I can get him as my wide receiver 2, give it to me. All day, every day. Love that value.
I'm still getting this guy arguing with me that I don't know what I'm talking about, DeAndre Hopkins. And I haven't even been responding, and he's just blowing my phone up.
Did you respond to him and tell him to come to the live chat? So
I'm typing it right now. I said, well, we should probably go check out the live stream we're doing right now because nobody agrees with you. Let's see, what else do we got? How about Gil June, Antonio Brown with some question marks? Do you see him? No. I think he's going to land somewhere. I think somebody's going to make a splash just for some shock and awe factor.
Yeah.
But do I want to trust him for the whole year? Probably not.
I mean, do you want to spend a late round pick on him? I mean, really, sure, if you want to. But, I'm not telling you to go draft him. King of the says David Johnson or James Conner. I feel like we already answered that one, but David Johnson for me, 100%.
100%.
What up, Kyle and Jake? I've heard a lot of hype recently about the potential love between Burrow and Boyd. Thoughts? Can Boyd be a wide receiver 1? Boyd cannot be a wide receiver 1. There's far too many weapons there.
Yeah. Now, if AJ Green goes down again, could it happen? I could see him, verge of wide receiver 1, top 12. But as of right now, AJ Green is healthy-ish. I can't say he's a wide receiver 1.
Yeah, I mean, even if AJ Green goes down, Tyler Boyd, correct me if I'm wrong, he hasn't been a wide receiver 1, right? He's always been a wide receiver 2.
He's been very, very, very close.
The last couple of years. I mean, yeah, I don't think he can get inside the top 12 wide receivers because even if AJ Green were to go down again, you still got T. Higgins there, who you just added. You've got John Ross. You've got a couple of other guys too that have stepped in at different points in time and kind of helped out. So I don't see him getting enough volume to get all the way up there. Brando Peck says, could Jonnu Smith have some Waller upside this season? In the draft guide, we talk about Jonnu Smith pretty in depth. because we like him
depth.
quite a lot.
We like him quite a lot. Have you got the one from Decent Guy yet, Kyle?
No.
He's a decent guy. I mean, I'm not. Those aren't my words. Those are his words. He seems like a decent guy. He says he's got the 9th pick in a 12-man standard league. Which 2 players should he be taking? What are you eyeballing?
Somebody asked me a question about what the background picture is, so I had to turn around and look myself real quick.
Oh.
That's Mark the Bird Fidrich, if that's the one you're asking about.
All right. Anyway, so what 2 is he taking? He's the 9th pick in a 12-man standard. So let me go here to our list.
9th in a 12-man standard?
Yep.
You got to get yourself a running back, man. Hopefully one falls to you. But, yeah, it's definitely Chubb or Henry or Jacobs or Mixon or Kenyon Drake or Austin Eckler or Miles Sanders. You got to get your running back at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would almost bet that 2 of those guys will fall to you.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, I mean, you always have the option to that Todd Gurley's still going to be sitting there. I really don't want to take him in the 2nd round. But if everybody decides to go running back and you have no other choice, I'm still trying to load up on running backs early, especially if it's a standard league. To me, everybody always wants to know, well, are these standard or half PPR or full PPR? Honestly, for me, my rankings don't change drastically from half PPR to full PPR. Sure, you may have a couple guys, some of those outliers like the James Whites and Tariq Cohens, maybe even Austin Eckler. They'll get that slight bump. But for the most part, it's all... it's all rational. It's all going to kind of move together. Not that big of a difference. Yes, there's going to be a difference between, standard and full PPR, but half PPR is kind of the best of both worlds right there. And I'm sure 2 of those guys will fall. Yes, I saw the chat, Kyle.
No, I'm not looking at the chat.
Oh.
It's something else.
Oh, something else.
People are removing our stuff from Facebook.
Why?
Because they're haters.
How can they remove
Sipping
our
on
stuff?
that haterade?
What are they removing of our stuff?
And one of the groups that we post in.
Oh.
So.
Well, F those guys. I really don't care that they're stuck on a bunch of crappy content, okay? I really don't care about you or your crappy work. Let's see here. Back to the live stream, because these are the people that actually matter. Let's see. I have to stop it because this is a long one. And maybe I need some help understanding what this word is, because I don't know. I think it's do-yins, like you-ins, like both of y'all. That's what I'm guessing. Really think KC just tosses aside Damian Williams. Just watched the Super Bowl. I think not. I asked because this is going to cost people. We've been saying this all along. 100% they don't toss aside Damian Williams, and that's why we're telling people, myself especially, in our video that we are avoiding Clyde Edwards-Helaire, that his ADP is too high. It's too high because Damian Williams is still going to be a part of this backfield, especially to start the year. Let's see here.
Gator fan wants to know, who do you trust most? Jacobs, Eckler, or Chubb? Chubb and Eckler, to me, have a little bit more upside than Jacobs. Potentially. Well, no, I said that wrong. Eckler has a little bit more upside than Jacobs. Chubb is safer than Jacobs, though. Mm-hmm. And Jacobs he's that in-between guy. So if like Eckler's ceiling is here and Chubb's floor is here, Jacobs is kind of right here, but I do have Jacobs, Eckler, Chubb as my rankings right now.
Do you? Yeah. See, I still have Chubb highest out of all of them, and it's really because it's just the safety of him. It's the safe floor. It's not like I'm taking that big of a gamble. There are a lot of people still want to think that Austin Eckler is only going to be good with Phillip Rivers as his quarterback, which is not the case. But a lot of people still want to believe that. So if that's what you believe, the safer pick's still going to be Nick Chubb. How many likes we got? 183 likes. I still got my Let It Flow helmet sitting right over here. So if that's what you're looking for, make sure you hit the like button, because we got over 400 people watching right now. Help us out with some likes. We greatly appreciate it.
And also, just to remind everybody, we are giving away some draft guides tonight. But what you have to do is you have to purchase yours before midnight tonight. If you purchase yours before midnight tonight, we're going to pick a couple of people to give refunds to. And trust me, you're going to want this information, okay? Almost 600 pages. Go over to the Fantasy Head, or over the 600 pages. It's like 600-ish pages. Either way, go over to thefantasyheadliners.com, $19.99. You can get yours right now. And if you purchase it before midnight, we're going to pick a couple of you to refund it, and then you get it for free.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Rashawn Singh says, Jake, if Hunt finishes higher than Chubb, will you shave your head? Sure. I mean, it's almost there anyway. I don't care. Yeah, that's fine with me. But injuries disqualify everything. If Chubb gets hurt in week 2, it doesn't count.
James wants to know where OBJ ranks in a full PPR. I've got him as a wide receiver 1, man. I'm not getting off that OBJ train at all this year.
I can't hop off it. I know. Yes, the great part about it is you don't have to spend a first round pick on him this year, which is great. So if you're getting him second, third round, I mean, look at the other people there. There's risk with everybody. So why not take it on somebody that has a super high ceiling? And I say that because there is a legit chance that Jarvis Landry is not 100% ready to go to start the season, which means we could see a lot of targets going the way of Odell Beckham.
Did you post my last Patreon article?
Not yet.
Okay, so great segue. So I've got an article coming out on Patreon very soon, and it's titled, What's the Difference? And I take a look at a couple of different, basically kind of debates or situations people are talking about this year, where one is being kind of propped up a little bit more than the other one, but there's not really a big difference for me. And one of those situations is the fact that everybody loves themselves some Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods, but nobody's talking about Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry. What's the difference? So I break into that a little bit more, and I talk about the kind of fallacy that is Miles Sanders can be a workhorse running back, but Austin Eckler can't. So that's coming out soon.
You gotta, I get it. A lot of people out there play fantasy football with biases in mind. Mm-hmm. Case in point, there's a comment right here from NY Captain. OBJ is overrated. Of course, I expect you to say that because you're from New York, so you don't like Odell Beckham. I get it. I mean, I understand it, but that is not necessarily the correct answer. It's bias plays a part in it, so you have to try to take the bias out of it. Odell Beckham is not overrated this year. It's just not. I mean, he's where his ADP is at is great value.
Big Rem, Chris Kennedy himself. So, Mr. Chris Kennedy, our DFS resident expert, we don't use that word, I'm sorry, DFS resident guru here at the Fantasy Headliners, has just donated $100 so we can give away 5 free draft guides tonight. So, everybody, I'm going to need you to give a round of applause to Mr. Big Rim, Chris Kennedy, okay? And Chris, why don't you pick them? And then just message Jake and I, and we'll tell people.
Yes. I mean, Big Rem is the nickname for Chris Kennedy, if you don't know that. He was referring to himself. So he has donated 5 draft guides. If you want to, maybe you have yours out there. If you want to donate one and we'll pick random people, we can do that also. But 5 draft guides now. He'll pick random winners for us, message us, and we'll announce it here. So make sure you stay tuned. Big Rem cannot be contained any longer. I told him specifically earlier in the day, don't be doing this stuff all the time, because he did it last week too. And now he's just a nice guy trying to hook a bunch of people up. Absolutely. Give Chris Kennedy a round of applause.
Brendan Simonelli said, how do I donate a guide? Drop a $20 dono here in the chat, and we'll pick somebody to get a guide. And don't forget to, if you're buying guides, we're going to pick people who are buying guides. If we pick you and you've already purchased one, then you get that guide for free, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. We'll figure it out, people.
We'll figure it out. Absolutely. But we're trying to make sure that more than anything, we pay it forward over here, right? We're looking out for the community. Big Rem's doing that also. So we greatly appreciate it. Decent Guy has another question, because why? He's just a decent guy. He says, first question here is Kittle or Kelsey, Kyle, from the Tight End Whisperer.
I've got Kittle a spot above Kelsey this year.
But it's kind of like 1A, 1B?
1A, 1B. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong either way, to be honest with you. You're really just splitting hairs.
Yeah. What about Mahomes or Lamar?
Mahomes, I have as my quarterback 1, Lamar my QB2. You can't go wrong either way.
You can't go wrong either way with either of those picks. However, we will say that we are not a big fan of drafting Mahomes or Jackson where their current ADP is at. Second round for a quarterback, just can't do it. Third round, can't do it. I'm looking there in the 7th, 8th, 9th. The reason that the Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jacksons are on so many championship rosters is because they were drafted at that time in like the 8th round. That's why. They had their full stable of running backs and wide receivers, and they hit the jackpot late with the quarterback. That's what we're looking for this year, is that jackpot, not spending early on one of these guys.
Jacob Rhea Rivera says, oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Theo Landbreak says, convince me to get your draft guide with one line, Jake and Kyle.
Easy. I got it. I'm not going to give the line, Kyle. How about this? We're not sales guys. How about the people in the chat that have it sell you on the guide?
There you
not us. They'll be the ones saying you should get it or not. Shouldn't come from us, right? We think it's amazing because we made it. Hear from the people who have actually bought it, and if they like it, then you know. Let the work speak for itself, Kyle, not a salesman. If a salesman's trying to make you do something that you don't want to, it's probably something you don't want anyway. If the people are all saying, hey, I like it, then you want to get it. I'm sure you're kind of like me, Kyle. If you buy something on Amazon, do you ever look at the customer reviews and the star ratings for things?
No.
Oh, well, I always do. You're the weird one.
I always talk to people. I go off like word of mouth. Like I ask people.
Yeah. Well, I always look at the ratings and the reviews of things. That's what means the most for me.
So Big Rem has picked his 5 winners.
Did he message us already?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to write them down since he messaged them to us.
All right. You ready?
Go for it. Everybody pay attention. The 5 winners of the 5 random draft guides donated by Chris Kennedy are
Constantino Gonzalez is number 1. Jack O is number 2. DeAnthony Green is number 3. K Chu, I'm so sorry. It's one of those 2 things. Is 4, and King of the is 5. And I know King of the is going to be super happy because he just typed in the chat, let me get some of that.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, that's a good thing. So if you just got picked, send me an email. The link is down below, or my email is down below in the description of this video. Send me an email from that name, because I get a lot of people saying, oh, here, I give a draft guide away to Ryan somebody, and then every Ryan and their mother thinks that they can email me. I can check those things. So I don't just give them away to the first person who emails me. It's got to come from the name that's on here, even if I make you leave me a comment on a video to prove it. So just
Brendan
so you guys
know. Dropped the $20. He says, I've been drinking, feeling great. Thanks for everything you do. Give away a draft guide on me. So Brendan, appreciate that, my man. Jake, I've got one here. Okay, you ready for this?
One what?
I have a question.
Okay.
That's going to choose the winner of this draft guide.
Okay.
Okay. So
the first person to answer it gets
first one to answer it.
Okay.
It's a hard one too. This is going to be for people who watch and pay attention. On the last live show that we did, somebody asked us about the players that we remember drafting first when we first started playing fantasy football. And I gave a backstory, okay, to when I started playing fantasy football. And there was one guy that I was consistently always trying to get. Who is that player?
Full disclosure here, Kyle.
You don't remember, do you?
You better watch the chat because I don't remember what you said.
I will watch it.
Also have another post here from Decent Guy, man. We really appreciate you. He says, good point on the quarterbacks. Also, buy the guide. It's dope. And I've seen a few people saying that, underneath that, hey, the guide is awesome.
Kevin got it. It's Randy Moss. Kevin Pilweski. And if it's the same Kevin that I remember, Kevin's all over the place. So couldn't go to a better part of the community. Do you need me to spell his last name?
I think I got it.
Pilewski.
And I'm pretty sure he's all over Twitter and the comment section and stuff. We see Kevin a lot. So
yes.
Awesome.
And Kevin is a guy that is consistently watching. So he nailed it. Randy Moss. And I'm seeing a lot of Randy Mosses. Congratulations to everybody. You don't get a draft guide, but you have my heart.
A lot of people actually listen when you speak, Kyle.
Yes. Somebody a little bit ago thought I was weird. So,
well, weird is good. Weird is the new good.
Someone also said it was somebody's birthday. Who is it? Whose birthday is it today?
Somebody's birthday. King of the, it should be down below. It's info@thefantasyheadliners.com.
Happy birthday.
Oh God, I'm taking my earbuds out.
To you.
I can't do it.
Happy birthday.
Can't do it.
To you.
Somebody
I don't know. I can't give a name because I don't know who it is. You can put, I'm done. You can put the earbud back in.
Okay, I didn't know. I had to make sure. Wow, that happened.
Daniel Gonzalez says, I'll buy the draft guide right now, but I'd love to hear an in-depth analysis on CEH compared to the other running backs going around him. You've done not one, but 2 videos that have stuff on CEH. Am I correct?
Yep, I did a do not draft running back video on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And really the reason behind it is not the talent, it's not the landing spot, because those are both great. It's the current ADP where you have to take somebody in an offseason that is way different than everything else. So I'm not going to spend that second round, third round pick on somebody who's unproven. Plus, go look at the schedule to start the season for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's not easy. So what you do is you let somebody else take that high draft capital of CEH. They're going to start the season slow. Tough schedule. He's going to be sharing with Damian Williams. That owner is going to get frustrated. So you move in around week 4 or 5. Make yourself a trade offer because second half of the season is when he starts to take over, and you let somebody else pay that high price early on. It's kind of like buying a new car, right? When you buy a new car off the lot, it depreciates right away. Somebody's got to take that big hit. Let somebody else take that hit on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You scoop in a few weeks later when he's struggling to start the season, and then you have him for the whole second half where he's really going to start to make waves for a lot of fantasy football rosters.
Chris Kennedy says, I have the voice of an angel. Chris Kennedy went to college on a singing scholarship. So if anybody knows singing, it's him. So there you go, Jake.
He would never tell you that you sucked on a live stream.
Oh, yes, he would.
He would tell us in our chat.
No.
He wouldn't tell you on here.
Chris is an honorable man. He would never lie to me.
Yes, in the face of the public, he would.
He has the honor of 1,000 fallen kings, Jake.
Wow. Decent guy coming back. Decent guy taking care of us tonight, man. We really appreciate you. It says, how about Godwin, Golladay, or Cooper? You can only choose one.
Who was it again?
Godwin, Golladay, or Cooper?
Golladay.
I'm right there with you. I think I'm going Golladay.
Mm-hmm.
This could be the year that we see some ridiculous numbers from Kenny Golladay. What was that?
That's him blowing up.
It came from your neck?
No, but...
Oh, yeah. I could see him. The dude put up numbers with a quarterback's last name of Blow. I mean, he can only go up from there. And when Stafford was at an MVP level, Kyle just broke down Matthew Stafford and his ability to go out there and put up some pretty big numbers. Golladay, I mean, not that I have anything against Godwin. I just think the biggest issue with Godwin is a lot of people are assuming that he is going to be the guy for Tom Brady. There is nothing out there to prove that. It's all based off of assumption. We know what we're going to get with Golladay. And a lot of people saying Godwin here in the chat, and it's because of recency bias. I mean, it is. I mean, nothing against Godwin. I'm pretty sure I have Golladay at 5, Godwin at 6. So it's not like they're way separated, but Golladay is going to be the safer bet in my opinion.
It's Jack's birthday. That's whose birthday it is. Happy birthday,
Jack.
Anna says, Big Rem has been drinking. You can't believe him. It doesn't matter. No, because drinking only brings out the true person, okay? I've never seen people drink and lie to other people. They drink and then they tell the truth way too much.
Well, I can't exactly argue with that. But Anna's here to call you out because Anna's a part of our MVP tier also, and she gets to bust your balls every single day, so it's only right that she gets to do it during the live stream too.
It's okay. I don't care what Anna thinks.
Wow. And cue the chat to explode in 5, 4. All right. Let's see. Here's one for you, Kyle. And it's from Jack. And I lost it. Oh, here it is. What's going on with the backfield in Detroit? How do you see that backfield playing out from week 1 on?
man, I mean, it's going to be a lot of DeAndre Swift, but it's going to be a little bit of Kerryon Johnson as well. How little bit of Kerryon Johnson, that I don't know at this point, and that's why it's so confusing. If you have DeAndre Swift is your running back 3, I'm probably okay with that, but be prepared for a lot of up and down performances. And again, to start the year, it could be a little bit more than what you would really like. So just be ready for inconsistencies.
Our boy Odin2112, he says, give Gator Fan a draft guide. So Odin is out there donating a draft guide to Gator Fan. Love to see that part of the community. The giving to each other. You will not find that on other YouTube channel communities where people actually care about each other. You won't find it. This is the place to find it, and to see stuff like that really makes it feel like we've built something, Kyle, that is a benefit to a lot of people. So we appreciate that, paying it forward. Odin2112 giving Gator Fan a draft guide. Gator Fan, send me an email to info@thefantasyheadliners.com, and I'll get you all set up.
I'm getting emotional. Bring it in here, people. Come on. Come on. Oh, give it to me. Oh, yes.
Wow. We just saw hair follicles at a really close,
just gave. I'm gonna wipe the tears away. Just gave Headliner Nation a tug. I brought you all in. I put your heads right here against my chest, and I softly stroked your mane. And I said, Headliner Nation, I appreciate you so much and love you.
Wow. Let's see here. We got 400 people watching, 254 likes. I'm going to ignore what Kyle just said. If we can get to 350 likes, I'll let it flow. So hit the like button.
Hey,
no, Mikey.
Just 95 likes away.
Huh?
It's just 95 likes away. We're close.
Yeah, I know. I mean, let's see if they can do it quickly or not. If not, I'll just keep raising it every 5 minutes that they don't get it. Mikey, no, it doesn't matter that you are a Gator fan. It's going to Gator Fan. So it's not that you just are a fan of the Gators. It doesn't work that way, Mikey, even though you've been here for a very long time.
Do people in your leagues watch your videos? Yes.
It makes it very hard.
Mikey, no. I said hug.
What he said?
Mikey, God.
I don't know what he said.
Kevin, I'm like 6'2.5".
You had to throw that half in there? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle, nobody cares if you're 6'2" or 6'3". Just cut the half off.
On the official roster, I used to be listed as like 6'4" when I was playing, and I was like, come on, guys, that's a little too much.
With cleats on, you never know.
Yeah,
Connor
true.
S. has a question here. It says, Sony Michel or Jordan Howard in round 7 of a 14-team league. What's awesome about this is I did a video called Mid-Round Running Backs, and the 2 running backs that I broke down in that video, Connor, are Jordan Howard and Sony Michel. So, I mean, there's literally a video made just for you. I might as well have just said, hey, Connor, I got a video for you. So head over to the channel as soon as the live stream is out. I have in-depth breakdown of both of those guys on the channel right now.
Anna's cussing at me in the chat.
We've probably seen worse.
Lewis says every inch counts. Yes, it does, Lewis.
Rashawn Singh says he will do anything for a draft guide. Anything, really? You got Twitter? Because we could come up with something funny for you to do that you got to post on Twitter, and if you do it, we'll give you a draft guide. It's going to be legal, though. Don't worry. You'll be clothed, and it'll be legal.
It's going to be illegal.
You know, I said legal, not illegal. So if you got Twitter, let us know. Us in the community will come up with something for you to do. Even if you got to run through the streets yelling at people to subscribe to the Fantasy Headliners. Something.
So I did see too Brandon
Oh, great.
Simonelli.
Simonelli.
Brendan Simonelli said if we get to 400 likes, he'll donate another draft guide too.
Brandon throwing out a challenge to the community of another donated draft guide if we can get to 400 likes.
Daniel says, how do I deposit for the draft guide? Go to thefantasyheadliners.com and you can purchase it from there, $19.99.
And if you want to donate it through the stream, if that's what you're talking about, there's a little dollar icon on the bottom of the chat. That's where you would click and enter your information if you want to donate one to somebody else.
Someone wants to know who's going to win the NFC East. I'm going to take the boys this year.
I think
the boys in the East.
I think they have a great chance, but if the Eagles can stay healthy, which I know is just something that does not happen, I think the Eagles have a great chance if they stay healthy, but they got to stay healthy. Should we show everybody what's going on in here? Wow. I can't even show the camera what she said.
Oh my God.
I can't. It's not appropriate. She used words. She used some serious words.
Not only that, but she. You should see what Chris said.
No, I didn't see that part.
See, this is why y'all got to be over on Patreon, because you get this all the time.
Yeah, this is just the normal of us busting each other's balls nonstop.
I do have to give a shout out to Isaiah Potter, who says that he loves my new Under Armour apparel for tonight.
Hey, Isaiah. Isaiah from Twitter?
Yes.
See, we pay attention to the people. I always see Isaiah tweeting. I see him.
He wanted to know if he could get a shout out, and I gave him a shout out the other day, but it was basically calling him out for not joining Patreon yet, because he's been promising us for months that he was going to do it, and then he just keeps flaking out. So
wow, way to go, Isaiah. Let's see here. Beckett Frazier says, "Please answer me."
What is it?
What? I don't know. I have to go back and find it. It says, "What do you scroll up?" It says, "What do you think about the Jamal Adams trade?" We talked about it a little bit at the beginning. We think that the Jets won the deal. However, Jamal Adams going to Seattle is them trying to recreate the Legion of Boom 2.0. It works for them. They had to give up a lot to get him. I don't think that the Jets were going to win anything this year anyway, but now they're really set up nice for the future. A lot of draft picks.
Drake or Sanders in standard? I'm going to go with Drake. I'll probably go with Drake still.
I like them both. Take them both in back-to-back rounds, and you'll be happy.
No big deal.
What about Cade Keith? Cooper, Juju, A.J. Brown, or Ridley? You can only pick two.
Cooper, A.J. Brown, Ridley. Who was the second one?
Juju.
Cooper. Oh, Cooper. Easy.
And who else? Now you got to pick one between Juju, Brown, and Ridley.
Juju.
Right now, today, I say Juju, but watch the reports in the practices of Ben Roethlisberger once they get on the field to make sure he's healthy.
Drake or Henry and a half PPR, still going with Henry there. Dude's going to get so much volume.
Yeah, he's still the safer pick.
Al Stang wants to know, when do I draft a QB in a 12-man 2 QB league? Well, number one, I'll answer your question, but keep in mind our mock draft video that drops tomorrow. Okay. That is going to talk about Superflex leagues. With it being a 2 QB league, now it's a difference. 2 QB leagues and Superflex leagues are not the same thing. So if it is a 2 QB league and you have to start 2 quarterbacks every single week, you got to take one probably in round 2. And I don't love that, but in a 2 QB league, you got to go even quicker than that. I would assume Jackson and Mahomes will probably go in the top 5 picks. So I'd use my first round pick on a running back, and then I would probably try and take Dak in round 2 if he's still there, and then try to get another quarterback maybe in that 5th round.
Agreed. It says a question here. Let me pull it back up here. Can you talk about the upside of Shenault in deep leagues? I think he'll go off. And this is from Tommy DPK. Honestly, I'm not going to say that I'm not a huge fan of Laviska Shenault. I think he has the opportunity at some point, but they're going to use him in a different way in Jacksonville. He's not just going to line up on the outside and catch 80 balls this year, especially as a rookie. And, with the injury history that he has, I think he has that boom potential, but I think it's not going to be very consistent. Similar to his teammate, DJ Chark. I think that they're going to have to throw a lot because they're going to be trailing a lot. That's going to give them the opportunity. But I don't know if it's consistent enough to want him to be somebody that I will ever probably start until I've seen a couple consistent weeks from him, which I don't know if we see here in 2020.
Dornage Davis throws out a donation. Thanks so much, my man. Keeper PPR. I have the 3rd pick. I have Zeke in the 1st or Jacobs in the 4th. We lose the round. We keep that player PPR league. Who would you keep? Oh, my gosh. Josh Jacobs in the 4th round. smash it. Smash that keep button, because that right there, my friend, and you get the third pick. You just took a first round running back in the 4th round, and you get a top 3 player. Just killed it.
The only thing that I will say to that, Kyle, my only disagreement with you is because I have to have at least one.
Okay.
I can't agree with you on something. That's just, if everybody else in that league is keeping running backs to the point of where there isn't going to be another solid one for you there at the 3rd pick, I think about going Zeke. But it all depends on who the other keepers are in that league.
Let's say it's a 12-team league.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine 12 people probably aren't keeping running backs, but again, it depends on how many running backs. But even with that, man, I'd still keep Jacobs, because you're basically getting a running back 1 in the 4th round.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against keeping him at that by any means. It's just I'd kind of want to have an idea who may be available for me there at number 3 when I do that.
Josh has asked a few times. He says he has Evans and Moore as his wideouts. Should I make a trade? I have strong running backs. It is an 8-team league. It kind of depends. I don't know what you have at running back, but with Evans and Moore, if you're super strong at running back and you think you can get a decent deal on another wide receiver, yeah, absolutely go for it. Rashawn says, what is your guys' Twitter? Jake is at FNTSY Headliners.
Yep.
And then I'm at KRich1532, and they're actually right down there below our names.
Yep, right below our names, right under us. That's our Twitter handles right there.
My hand doesn't go over to Jake's window. Pretend my hand goes to Jake's window, and now I'm pointing down.
Okay. Now you could have just pointed. Okay, that was weird.
Jake, high five. No, wrong way. Is it this way?
I was right. It's this way, Kyle.
We've screwed that up.
Yeah.
Brandon Johnson wants to know, will Team Trubisky or Team Foles save the Bears? Neither are going to save the Bears.
No.
Because there's far too much wrong there.
They need more than just that. I think Trubisky ends up winning it, but they need more than that. Also had B-Lee right before him. Who are the backup running backs with standalone value? The two that come to mind right off the bat are Kareem Hunt and Latavius Murray for me, that have weekly value where you can still start them, but technically they're the number 2 in their offense. I am grabbing a lot of Latavius Murray this year because it's a minimal investment in the double-digit rounds, and you have a guy capable of 200 touches in that offense. Sign me up for it. You still getting yelled at in the chat?
Am I? I don't think so. I haven't looked.
Hey, I'm getting some followers on Twitter. There's some you guys out there following us. Hit us up with some follows on Twitter. Nice. Honestly, I'm going to be 100% honest. Ready, Kyle? This is probably not something I should say trying to promote the business. I'm not very serious on Twitter. I like to have fun. And I like to have fun. I tweet a bunch of funny stuff and some, personal pictures and have fun like that. But I'm not out there trying to be a Twitter famous or anything like that. I like to have fun on Twitter. But if you want to come have fun with us, by all means, follow us.
We're at 319 likes. We need 350, and Jake's going to let it flow. So,
and at 400, somebody's going to give away another draft guide.
Daniel says, my wife is getting mad at me for ignoring her for the chat, but I'm willing to sleep on the couch tonight for a draft guide.
Daniel, that's some dedication right there. Tell her that we said hello, and that we really appreciate her letting you hang out with us here on Sunday night. Maybe because we're acknowledging her too, that she'll be okay with it.
Giuseppe dropping a dono in the chat. 12-team league, 4 keepers per team. Right now, his keepers are Hopkins, Galladay, Miles Sanders, and Bell. I was offered Robinson for Bell and a 2.3. Do I take it, gentlemen? Thanks. I'll take Robinson over Bell.
So would I.
Yeah,
I would. That's a dumpster fire in New York. Now Bell, I can't trust anything to do with Adam Gase. I just can't. I know they've made some improvements this year, but I can't trust an offense with him. Let's see here. We had another one.
Sumo Ninja.
Hey, you got it right. Usually you call him Summon Ninja.
What happens when we hit 100,000? We've thrown around a few ideas, like a 24-hour live stream. I don't think I could pull off a 24-hour stream, but I could do like 12.
Yeah, maybe. I'm going to be very emotional when we hit 100,000.
Y'all are talking about okay, so Mikey says Kyle gets a face tattoo at 100,000 subs. I've already told all of you, if we get to 10,000 Patreon subscribers, it doesn't matter where you're at, I will get a tattoo on my hind end that says Titan Whisperer, okay? It's all on you. All you got to do is go over to Patreon. You can subscribe for as little as $1 a month. You want all the extra goodies that come with it? Then it's $5. You get to 10,000 right here. Right there. Okay, that's where it's going.
Yes. That you put that out there, I think, last year.
Mm-hmm. It's out there for the people to see. Not my butt. I'm not going to show you my butt.
Well, you're going to have to show the tattoo, but it's just going to have to be just like the tattoo. We don't want to see the rest of it.
Chris wants to do a 24-hour live stream. He says, I would be a mess if I stayed up for 24 straight hours. I used to be able to do it.
Tau Landbreak says that he looked up some of our reviews and says that there's fantastic work. So the people are speaking for us, which is great. Glad we could point you in the right direction for that. Is Kunj Patel. It says, is Brandon Ayuk a deep sleeper still at wide receiver? I don't know if I call him a deep sleeper. He is a late round target. Somebody that I wouldn't mind taking towards the end of my draft because he has some serious upside, especially if Debo's not 100% to start the season. Is he a sleeper, though? I don't know if I'd go that far. Who is Josh Jacobs handcuffed from B-Lee? I mean, to be completely honest, Jalen Richard may see the next most, touches in that offense if he were to go down. I don't think it would be somebody that you would really want to roster because it's going to be a committee 100% if anything happens to Josh Jacobs. Anton says, when you guys hit 100,000, I'm going to climb a tree and steal nuts off of a blind squirrel. That's impressive. But yeah, no, 100,000 is going to be an absolute blessing. I never would have thought that would be possible, but we're inching closer each and every day.
I didn't know we get a plaque from YouTube when we hit 100,000 subscribers.
Okay, I hate to break it to you, Kyle, but I get the plaque.
Well, I know that. Somebody asked on Wednesday where it was going, and I said, oh, that's going in Jake's house. Like, I'm not, I don't have anything to do with that.
We get a silver plaque for 100,000, and we would be only the second channel that's a privately owned channel in the entire world for fantasy football to get to 100,000.
So if you're watching right now and you haven't hit that subscribe button, what in the WTF are you doing? I know that doesn't really work there, but I said it anyway. One of our Patreon MVP members, Austin Klein, has said that he would like to donate 2 draft guides.
Wow.
So do you want to respond to Austin? And
hang on one here.
I feel like a question came in too. Oh, yeah, B. Dashley about the J. Oh, yeah, we already got that. Ryan wants to know thoughts on Darren Waller. Still a top 10 tight end for me. They have more weapons there this year, so I'm curbing my enthusiasm a little bit more, but him and Carr have that connection already. I don't really think the guys that they've added really takes too much away from him, so I still think that he could definitely be a guy that is going to help out quite a bit. So I'm good. I'm good with Darren Waller still. Love me some balls to the Waller.
All right, so we have 2 draft guides now to give away. We're 8 likes away from letting it flow, and we are 58 likes away from another draft guide. So we have 2 draft guides that have just been donated by Austin Klein. Everybody tell Austin thank you. He is one of our Patreon tier members. If he didn't enjoy the material that he gets and to hang out with us, he wouldn't be giving extra money away for you guys. So he's obviously enjoying himself, and we greatly appreciate that. So now we're giving away 2. You want to pick one, Kyle, and I'll pick one?
Sure.
All right, you can do that. You pick yours out, and I'll pick mine. And,
I feel like we have to. I don't know who we've picked already. That's part of the problem.
Well, I'm sure people are going to start saying, hey, pick me, pick me. Don't spam it and say it, because if you do, Google will kick you out. But, we'll find some people out there and see what we can do. And letting it flow is going to happen also because we just hit 350. So as soon as we give away these 2 draft guides, Kyle, I'll get my helmet ready, though. This is only going to be the second Let It Flow of the year. So, yeah. Last time I did this, Kyle, I didn't do so well the rest of the night. I overdid it week 1. I had blurred vision for like 8 hours.
I tried to record a video where I was doing it, and then the video was messed up after I was done rendering it, and then I had to scrap it all.
Yeah, it's not easy. All right, here we go. Dale Edwards is going to get my draft guide. Dale Edwards, send me an email.
I'm still looking. I'm looking here. I got to see something good. Like I just don't want to give it to someone that says pick me. Like you've got to throw out some sort of comment that really catches my eye.
Daniel Lopez says his wife says hi, so I'm waving.
Hi, Daniel Lopez's wife. Hello, Miss Lopez.
I mean, you could have said her name in there. We could have given her a shout out. Let's see. Have you any other questions here? Giuseppe just wants to say JETS, Jets. Flow baby. Wow. Nope. The CMM. I don't even want to see that. He said he would do something pretty bad for a draft guide.
Yep,
he really wants one. I would just save up $20, my friend, because I don't think I'd want to do that.
Yeah, just pay the money.
Yeah, I mean, it'd probably be better. Oh, Sumo Ninja's talking about Filiberto burritos. I love me some Filiberto burritos. An Arizona burrito right now? Ooh. I'll put a hurting on it. Kyle, you need to have an Arizona burrito. That's what it's called, an Arizona, not just because it's in Arizona.
I don't know if I ever plan on going out there anytime soon.
Probably not. I don't even know if I plan on going out there, and I'm from there.
Who am I going to pick?
White Rhino says to give it to me, I need to brush up on things, I guess. Apparently, I don't know what I put in the draft guide myself. Will Dissly. AJ Harris talking about Will Dissly. There's a good chance that Will Dissly is back in time for the start of the year. Now with Greg Olsen there, what does that mean? I think it's just they kind of cancel each other out a little bit. I think if Will Dissly is 100%, he's the guy to own though in Seattle.
Oh, I think I just found one. Hold on.
All right, well, I'm getting my helmet on.
Where'd it go? I think I lost it. Let's give it to Sharpshooter 85. He says he's hiding in the bathroom at McDonald's and a draft guide would make his night. So Sharpshooter 85 is going to be who I pick.
All right, he needs to email me, Sharpshooter. I'm writing it down.
Cody, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who that person is.
Who is Cody referring to?
He's talking about my buddy Joey that, jumped into that one video that one time.
That guy's a douchebag.
Oh, man. Hey, and remember, if we get to 400 likes, okay, we were told that there was going to be another dono for a draft guide. So
I'm getting ready, Kyle. Dang it. I immediately regret my decision to not take a drink first. And I don't have a straw. This is not... to hell with it. All right. I don't know how long I can go, Kyle.
That's what she said. What?
I know. All right, everybody. Hit the like button. Here we go. Second Let It Flow of 2020. I'm going to give you everything I got. So ask away. Ask your questions. I need to move my screen over here so I can see it a little bit better. Move things out of the way. Give me some room.
I don't know why I'm stretching.
I don't know why you are. You're stretching for me. You ready, Kyle?
Stretching my hips out.
All right.
Are we ready, Jake?
Count me in, Kyle.
Are we ready, Headliner Nation? The greatest segment in fantasy football shows today. Headliner Nation. 3, 2, 1. Let it flow.
Michael Moresi says, faux hundo, here we go. Absolutely faux hundo right around the corner. Let it flow, brother. Brian, I'm sure going to give it a chance. Cisco, yes, we're letting it flow. Trade 7th and 47th for 3rd and 63rd. That's really hard when I'm doing let it flow. So let me think about it real quick. Trade a 7th and 47 for 3rd. No, I'm not doing that. Can you rank Chubb, Jacobs, Mixon, and Drake in a standard league? Wow, that's pretty tough, but I got Chubb, Jacobs, Mixon, Drake, in that order. We have Jake, Hector. Hey, what's going on, Hector? He's just excited to say my name. Jerick McKinnon, I think he has a few touches this year, but he's not somebody that I really care about for fantasy as of right now. What's my perfect slice of pizza? One that is absolutely enormous and filled with pepperonis and cheese. Let's see here. Carry on swiftly. Okay, I like that nickname. 49ers running back situation. Where and who are you drafting? Honestly, not drafting a whole... I'm not really targeting them. I won't mind Tevin Coleman, probably because he's the later of the two between him and Mostert. My buddy needs a draft guide. He's horrible. Help him finally come in second place to me from Austin Gibbs. Austin, you just called your buddy horrible on the internet. He's probably not even watching. Best rookie wide receiver right now, Jalen Reagor. Lockett or Metcalf? I just did a show on DK Metcalf. I'm going with DK. Go, Jake, go from Alex. Sorry, Alex, I can't pronounce your name when it's moving so fast. Jacobs or Miles Sanders in a standard league? I'm going with Jacobs. Seahawks or Packers? What are we talking about between them? If I had to pick one, I'm going with the Seahawks. Does Nick Chubb have top 5 upside in PPR leagues? Yes, I still think he does. Ideal 7th pick, non-PPR. At that point, you still might have a chance at Nick Chubb, maybe even Joe Mixon. Rashawn Singh, what? I don't know what you're asking for. Maverick or Iceman? 100% Maverick. Iceman is kind of similar to our friend Joey that we were talking about earlier. He thinks he's cooler than he really is. Thoughts of the Pats receivers this year? I think Mohamed Sanu is the most underrated wide receiver of the entire bunch. Thank you, Brandon Johnson. Yes. Thoughts of the same question we just had. Sleeper quarterback. Is it really a sleeper if everybody's talking about Drew Lock? I think he has a potential to be somebody who's not even drafted a lot this year that puts up some solid points. Jimmy G pass attempts. Not going to be huge numbers, but Jimmy G's probably going to flirt with right around 4 to 450 or so. Thoughts? Love the helmet. This is a child's helmet. This was my son's Halloween costume like 4 years ago, and now I keep it because it squeezes out the fantasy football knowledge. Top tier defenses, it really goes Baltimore and Pittsburgh, and then it drops off. McLaurin or Chark? McLaurin. Thoughts on Sutton? He has a lot of people to fight for targets right now. Thanks, Austin. Austin, I don't know what you did. Oh, Austin Klein. Our own Austin Klein. Yes, thank you, Austin. Favorite superhero? I'm kind of an Iron Man type of guy. Your top 5 running backs? I just did my running back video last week. Go check it out. It's on the channel right now. Gurley, 15 touchdowns rushing. That may be a little bit high. I'll take right around 10 or 11 or so, though. I think that's doable. Ice cream or ice cream sandwich? Give me the ice cream. Thoughts on Gronk in a full PPR? I think Gronk is absolutely undervalued right now and has that potential to go out there, maybe not get huge receptions and yardage, but the touchdown upside is huge. Devin Singletary in PPR leagues, I like me some Devin Singletary. He is super efficient and has a chance to be this year's Aaron Jones. Your top 5 running backs, same thing, over on the channel right now. Do I go Henry at 5 in an 8-team PPR league? Sure. In an 8-team league, you're going to have plenty of opportunities for a lot of other things later on because there's less teams. Ronald Jones or a Pontiac Aztec? Give me the Pontiac Aztec. That thing just looked cool. Which running back from the Dolphins? Give me Jordan Howard. Thoughts? No. Julio or Henry at the 9th if I'm in a 12-team PPR? I got to go with the running back. I love Julio, but I got to get running backs early. Kyle's getting his helmet ready over there, so as soon as I stop, he can start. Favorite sport besides football? Honestly, if I'm watching it, I like to go to baseball games and watch baseball games. I like to go golfing myself, so between those two. Thoughts on Will Fuller? I think Will Fuller has a huge ceiling, but he just can't stay healthy. I kind of like to just wait a little bit longer, and if I'm going to go with anybody in that offense, I'll go with Brandon Cooks. Will the Browns make the playoffs? No, probably not. Let's see here. Robert Woods or DK Metcalf? That's tough because I like them both. Robert Woods is safer. If I have a lot of risk early, give me Woods. If I'm super safe early, then give me DK. Ridley or Woods in standard? In standard, I think Ridley has him by just a hair. Boxers or briefs? How about boxer briefs? We have Sanders or Eckler. I like Eckler. 4th round wide receiver to draft this year. I got to look at my ADP. Hang on. 4th round wide receiver to draft this year. Man, right now, that's where Odell Beckham is at. I don't hate Odell Beckham one bit. Kyle, I'm doing 2 more. Get ready. Do you really trust Jonathan Taylor over Marlon Mack as the main running back in Indianapolis? I do, but not until about week 6 or so. Top toilet paper brand to cover up the Browns. Wow, that's impressive. Gurley, Bell, or David Johnson in a half-point PPR. If I have to only pick one, I'm going with Gurley. Sanders or Eckler. I'm still going with Eckler there by a hair. Kyle, that was too easy to put on and go.
The person who said boxers or briefs, my saying, when your boy lets it flow, the underwear's got to go. Brady or Watson? I am going with Watson right now. Carson, Gurley, or Fournette? Going with Gurley. Cortland Sutton or Joe Mixon? Joe Mixon 100%. Brandon Ayuk or Jalen Hurd? Ooh, that's tough, but going to give it to Ayuk right now, even though I like Hurd. Falcons 80 to win it all. Good value. You know what? Go for it. Thoughts on Sutton? Not loving him this year. There's going to be way too many people around him. Hockenson or Fant in a full PPR? Give me Hockenson. Thoughts on Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs in a full PPR? Stephon Diggs is really going to be boom or bust. Adam Thielen is going to have some good weeks. He's going to get some good volumes, but do not expect him to be as efficient as he has in the past. Kamara, Michael Thomas, or Dalvin Cook? Give me Kamara, and then Thomas, and then Cook. Eckler or Sanders? Eckler 100%. How many running backs get drafted before Michael Thomas? There's probably going to be 4 or 5. Full PPR, Henry, Mixon, Jacobs, or Miles Sanders. It is Mixon for me, then Jacobs, then Henry, then Miles Sanders. Kenyon Drake or Nick Chubb? Nick Chubb. Galladay, Godwin, or Beckham? Thanks, bro. That's Galladay, then Godwin, and then Beckham. Eckler or CEH? Eckler 100%. Thoughts on David Johnson? Going to get a ton of volume. Should be a locked in stone running back to this year. Denzel Mims projected targets? Probably not a lot. Jonathan Taylor or CEH in a 12-team PPR? I'll give a slight nod to CEH this year. Pick 3, Chubb, Henry, Kamara, Godwin, Amari, Lamar. Can't keep both Julio and Kamara in a full PPR. I'm going to keep Chubb, I'm going to keep Henry, and I'm going to keep Kamara. Going to load up on those running backs. Does Jamal Adams hurt any divisional rival wide receiver rankings? No, he does not for me. Emmanuel Sanders ceiling, probably a wide receiver 3 at best. Best handcuff running back in standard. You've got to go with Kareem Hunt, honestly, even though it is standard, but Latavius Murray gets it a little bit closer right there. Julio, Hill, or Adams in a full PPR? It's Julio, Hill, and Adams in that order for me. Ronald Jones or an MCDLT? I don't know what that is, but I'm going to take Ronald Jones. Drake or Eckler in a full PPR? It's Eckler for me. Kupp or Woods? I'm going with Wood. Funchess or Cooper? That's not even a question. That's Cooper 100%. Who gets the most snaps in the slot in Dallas? That's going to be Cooper for me. Lose a toe of your choice or have a zucchini arm?
What?
I don't even know what that means. Julio, Hill, or I already did that one. Keep, trade, cut. Pizza, tacos, or wings? I'm going to keep the wings. I'm going to trade the pizza. Nope. Scratch that. Keep the pizza, trade the wings, cut the tacos. Best late round QB, Matthew Stafford for me. CEH or Sanders in Dynasty? Give me Sanders. Brady or Rodgers? Going with Brady this year. Is Boston Scott underrated in PPR? No, he is not. Julio, Hill, or Adams? Already done that one. Cam Akers and DeAndre Swift. Where what? I don't even know what was that. I can't keep it together. Cam Akers or DeAndre Swift? Where would you recommend drafting them? I'm going to go with DeAndre Swift, and I'll take him probably in that 5th or 6th round area. Who's the tight end sleeper this year? It's Jonnu Smith. Keep A.J. Brown in the 6th or Cortland Sutton in the 10th. I'll keep A.J. Brown in the 6th. Julio, stop. Hamburger helper. I've answered that already. Best offensive tackle, guard, and center in the league. Best overall. I can't really answer that question right now. I'm not in offensive line thinking. Jared Cook or Hayden Hurst? Jared Cook. Mexican or Italian? Italian. Defense to target week 1. I don't know. We're not even that close yet. Let's get through training camp first. QB passing premium league. Mahomes in the 2nd round. Yeah, I'm good with that. Pick one. Cam Newton or Sham Newton? It's Cam Newton. Drake or Eckler? Eckler. I'm done at this point because now people are just tossing out ridiculous questions.
Oh my god, some of them were amazing to try to get you to mess up. That was
y'all started throwing me off my game. I'm like, what in the hell is this question for?
That is awesome. Hopefully you enjoyed a double-barreled Let It Flow here in the preseason. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it, because those are definitely not easy to do when you're rapid firing questions, especially with some of the questions that you guys are answering. You feeling all right, Kyle?
Yes, I'm feeling okay.
Okay. Ryan Jacobs says he's indecisive on Gurley. Sell me one way or the other. I mean, honestly, look at that offense he's a part of. You got Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones and Hayden Hurst pulling defenders out of the box. You have Todd Gurley that's capable of playing 3 downs, and nobody to touch him as far as, challenge him for touches in that backfield. I mean, 100%. I have no issues with Gurley. Who's a bigger football fan, you or Jake? I mean, I think we're both obsessed at some point, so I don't know if there is a clear cut who is more obsessed. I think we both.
Sammy is cool. 2130 says, which fast food toilets are the best? It's not fast food, but Starbucks always has amazingly clean bathrooms.
Cool. Here's a confession. If I need to use the bathroom and there's not a urinal and it's not the number one, I'm not using it. I gotta have a clean commode. You know what I mean? And I just can't trust it.
Did we get the question from James McIntosh?
No, we need to.
Okay.
You got it? Or do you want me to do it?
I can't see it.
No, you can't see it. James McIntosh says, "Hey Kyle, I'll bet you a steak dinner, which is $50, that Chubb and Sanders outscored Jacobs and Mixon this season. Full PPR, 1 point per 10 yards, 6 points per touchdown. Step up."
James, I mean, I appreciate it, but if I made a deal with every single person that was like, Kyle, that's wrong, or I don't get that, I can't do that. So no. I apologize. I'm not going to be able to make any bets with you like that. I have a strict no bet rule with people.
Yeah, because everybody out there thinks that they know more than everybody else, and we don't do this channel to say that we know more than anybody else. And I don't think anybody can say that we've ever been like that. We don't go parading around the things we got right and the things, that you got wrong. It's not how it is. Nobody's going to be 100%, so that's just the way it is. If anybody else is acting like they're 100% right, they're just lying. Here's a great question from Jack. Ronald Jones or a urinal mint? I'm going with I'm thinking those urinal mints, they make things a lot better in life.
Oh Lord.
What?
Mikey said Kyle with the large helmet looks like when you accidentally grab the XL Magnums.
Wow, Mikey. Mikey talking like he's done that before.
Don't forget, just reminding everybody out there, okay? Anybody that buys their draft guide prior to midnight tonight, we're going to pick a couple of you to refund you and give it to you for free. So if you've been thinking about buying the draft guide, go over to fantasyheadliners.com right now, $19.99. Get yours before midnight. We're going to pick two of you to get it for free. We'll send you the refund. And then also keep in mind there's going to be an update coming out soon. Hopefully, like in a week? Next weekish?
This weekish, yes.
This weekish.
Yes. Awesome, yeah. So get your orders in tonight. We'll pick two random winners and refund your money for that. I'm actually seeing some people sign up on Patreon right now too, which is a little bit surprising. So
who do we got?
Awesome. Welcome to Patreon.
Hold on. I'm going to give some shout outs here.
You want to give some shout outs for who signed up for Patreon? My inbox has been exploded. Chris Carlson has signed up on Patreon. We greatly appreciate you there, Chris.
Yes, Chris, welcome to the exclusive Headliner Nation.
And then Brian Alley Jr. edited his pledge, and he bumped himself up a tier because he wants the free content and all the exclusive content. So awesome. Welcome, both of you. We have a ton of information for you to immediately start consuming. Here it is, Kyle. It's 10:30. We've been on here for an hour and a half. We get asked a lot, how long are you guys going to do a stream for? And it really depends on the interaction of the people. There's still 362 people watching, so there's a lot of people here, but it is time, Kyle, to go Headliners After Dark. So if you have non-fantasy football questions that you just want to ask, we'll start looking at some of those too, just to try to get to know each other a little bit better, be a little bit, more involved in the community. We'll still throw some fantasy football questions in there too. So don't go anywhere. Plus, we're only 10 likes away from giving away another draft guide at 400. So we're getting super close to that.
Daniel Lopez says, if I wanted to play against y'all, which membership would I need? For our viewer leagues this year, we're going to start with Patreon members. And those are going to open up first to the MVP Patreons. Okay, so everyone at the MVP level is going to get their first shot. And then we'll open it up to every level after that. So if you want to guarantee being in a league with somebody from the Fantasy Headliners, then you would have to be MVP. I couldn't guarantee you if it would be Jake or myself or Chris or one of the other guys. We're all going to take a league this year. Some of us may do one or two or three. I think I might end up doing a couple as well. Need Upside says White Castle or Roadkill. I was actually just saying today how I need some White Castle, like really bad.
I've had White Castle one time in my life. It was in Indiana with Kyle. I spent the next 3 days in the bathroom.
It was so good.
What did we order, Kyle? What did we eat?
Just burgers.
No, I know. We got like a pack of them. What was it called? Like a whole bag of burgers. What was that thing called?
A Crave Case?
Yeah, that's what it was. Sure. Whatever it is. It was not the greatest. I was not a fan, and neither were my insides.
Scott says, what is Patreon? Patreon is where you can go and you can help support like the website. We have several different tiers that you can get. And you get extra content through there. So if you really like sign up for the $5 tier, you get all of our extra videos that we put out, articles that we put out, do mock drafts with us, things like that. You get all of that. If you do like the $10 tier, you get all of that, plus your guaranteed answers to all of your questions that you send to us through Patreon. And then if you do the $20 tier, then that's all of the extra DFS content if you want to play any DFS. Yep, Randall says it right there. The MVP does get a free draft guide as well. So if you sign up for the MVP Patreon, you get a draft guide on top of it. And then there's also a chat on Twitter that we use too, that all of us are in, so you have a chance to connect directly to us all the time.
Yep, absolutely. And then I've seen a few questions on here. First thing is, how did we meet? We met on the internet, which sounds weird.
That's
but
weird.
I had Kyle come on this show 2 years ago when he was with somebody else at the time. I asked him if he had crabs, and we've been friends ever since. So we decided just to come over here and do it all together on this channel. And then Dale says, do you guys have full-time jobs? Yes, we still have daily full-time jobs as of right now.
Unfortunately.
Until Patreon pops off, that's going to be the case, because we got wives and kids and families and can't just quit full-time jobs. So, yes, we both still work full-time and do this full-time. So we have 2 full-time jobs.
Oh, trust me. If we could do this full time, y'all are going to get some next level experience, because we've got so many awesome ideas that we want to do, but there are just literally not enough hours in the day because another company pays us to work for them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we would be pumping out some serious content then if we had double the time to do it.
Chris, I hate you. Why are you putting things like this in the chat?
Chris... He's asking me, isn't he?
Yes.
Marry, cuddle, kill Kyle, Chris, or Chris? I'm not answering that. I mean, I would probably kill Kyle, because I know that he knows that I'm not serious about it. And we joke around like all the time. But I'm not cuddling or marrying either one of you guys. It's just not happening. Even though I've stayed in the same hotel room as Kyle before. That's about as close as it's going to get.
That's true.
Let's see here. What do y'all do? Kyle's in education. I am in the financial industry, which I can't go into too much detail without having to hunt you down.
I convince people to go to college, and then I teach them.
Perfect. Way to go, Kyle.
Brandon Simonelli. There's his $20. At 400, donate that draft guide, please. Can I also ask a question? Absolutely. Brandon, 100%. 2 more likes, and we're giving away another draft guide. 3 keepers, 12-team PPR. He can keep Thielen in the 6th, Lamar Jackson in the 7th, Chark in the 16th, Hunter Henry in the 16th, Derrick Henry in the 15th.
Wow.
What? Wow.
That's going to be it.
That's number 1 for me. I'll keep Lamar Jackson in the 7th as well.
Yep.
And then he's got Preston Williams in the 16th and Steve Sims in the 16th. Thielen in the 6th? That's not a bad investment either.
100%. So. I'm going Thielen, Jackson, and Henry right there. And that's amazing value. Like, awesome value. 100%. And we're over the 400 like mark. So it means we're going to give away this draft guide that was donated by Brendan. So thank you very much, Brendan, for that. We will be picking one more winner. And let me get a piece of paper.
Is there another question we can ask? Trivia about us.
Are we going to ask ourselves a trivia question?
No, like about us that we asked the group. They have to answer. Winner gets a draft guide.
Oh, whew. I'll have to think here for a second. Let's see. I'm trying to read them before I say them out loud so we don't overcommit ourselves.
Brendan, no, I'm not going with Chark. He's a bust for me this year, man. I understand why people really like him, but he scored like 55-60% of his points in 3 games last year.
Yeah. Decent guy making another appearance says, "Hey guys, been heavily relying on your videos in my fantasy football career. Let's get to know each other. What are both of your guys' backgrounds prior to starting this channel together?" Well, as far as fantasy football goes,
this channel.
Yeah, I started the channel 4 years ago.
With the lone boner.
Yeah, me and the lone boner started this channel 4 years ago, and then it morphed into what it is now. Before we did this channel, I mean, we were both just normal husbands, dads with kids. We had a lot more free time, I'm sure, just working and living life. And I think one of the things that, if I can take anything out of it, is I may have waited a little bit longer because I'm older than Kyle. But if you have a dream or you have something that you really want to do, it doesn't matter how old you are. Shut up, Kyle. I'm trying to be serious here. It doesn't matter how old you are. Go do it. It doesn't matter what it is. Go do it and find a way to make it happen. And it's attainable no matter what it is. So I never would have thought 4 years ago I'd be sitting right here. I think the first video we ever did had like 5 views. And I was like, yeah, this probably isn't going to work. But I continued to make videos all year long for free for almost 2 years doing this, for free. So if that's what you want to do and you want to make it happen, you just got to stay committed. So before that, it was just work and life. I played fantasy football since I was 18. So this is my 20-year anniversary, Kyle. 20 years of fantasy football. That's impressive. I just realized that right now. That makes me feel even older.
I was basically still in diapers.
Wow. Awesome. Did you think of a trivia question while you were busy making fun of me while I was trying to be serious?
I didn't. I'm sorry.
God, you are useless. Crawfish or tacos? 100% tacos. I don't eat anything that's ever swam. If a cow drowned in a lake, I probably wouldn't eat the meat from it. I just am not a seafood person.
Need Upside wants to know, who is the person I most want to push down the stairs at Sim?
100% him.
Need Upside was in our Patreon group last year. He hasn't re-upped. I don't know why. Yeah. He's just like that.
He's just like that.
And he said something last year, and I said, you know what? When I meet you in person, I'm going to push you down a set of stairs.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's telling me that I should run for president. I've kind of thought about that before.
I'll be right there with you. Vice El Presidente.
Yeah, I would do it. I'll run. Who's going to vote for me? Anybody going to vote? I don't want to do it and get like 1 vote and have it be my mom. That'd be weird.
I'll vote.
You can't if you're on the ticket.
Yeah, you can.
Do you vote for yourself? Oh, yeah, I guess you do vote for yourself. Yeah, you can. But would you vote for me, though?
What?
Would you vote for me? Probably not.
Yeah, well, I think what you're supposed to do, I think, like history says, like you're supposed to vote for the other person.
I wouldn't. I'd vote for myself. 100% voting for
Screw
myself.
It. We're here to win. We play for keeps.
That's right. Kavi Vest says, you've been here since 2016. I think it was 2017. 17, 18, 19, and 20. 4 years.
Why'd you get so loud all of a sudden? Am I the only one experiencing that?
I leaned forward because the lead fell out of my pencil.
I was like, oh my gosh.
There it is.
I thought my computer was messing up.
I found it. All right, so we have a draft guide to give away still. And Matthew Alvarez is going to get it because he says...
I was just going to say that.
I saw it. It says the perfect ending to this birthday weekend would be a draft guide. So happy birthday weekend, Matthew. Send me an email. You'll get a draft guide. Got you written down. Last reminder, if you're wanting to win another draft guide, we're still giving away 2 more tonight. Get your purchase in before midnight. We're going to pick 2 random people who buy their draft guide tonight to refund them for free. Let's see here. Scott Ray says his first ever fantasy pick was Emmett, 2nd year. Beat that. Wow. We've been doing it a long time, haven't we, Scott? It's a long time. Jake, I am your favorite childhood meal. Remember? Yes, Hamburger Helper. I didn't say you were my favorite. I said I just loved it. But I'll give it to you. A lot of people saying happy birthday. Absolutely. Let's see. Headliner Nation. Yeah, a lot of people happy with what we got going on right now, and that's very much appreciated. Viewers are starting to drop off. I don't know where you're going. Like, what else do you have to do at 10:45? What?
Here's a good question. Ronald Jones or White Castle? You have to pick. You can't say neither. You have to pick.
What round do I have to take Ronald Jones in?
His ADP. I'll tell you what that is. Hold on. And real quick, too, I've seen it a few times. Someone asking what the rookie guide is. Our own Dr. Ethan Turner, who, yes, he is a doctor. You're going to be seeing more of them this year when we get into the season and injuries start happening and popping up more. He put together a rookie guide that basically breaks down every incoming rookie, what their injury profile is, their risk rating, and things like that. For only $10, it's pretty good. To pair that up with the draft guide for $30, that's hella fire content right there. Ronald Jones is falling. Where is he? I've lost Ronald Jones. Oh, here he is. 8th round, 8.01.
Or White Castle?
Yes. 5 burgers.
Give me the White Castle. I'll only have diarrhea for 3 days. I'll have Ronald Jones for 4 months. Give me the diarrhea. it'll pass quicker.
I'll even take it.
Okay. Oh, Kyle. Another shout out. Randall Peck.
Yes.
Randall Peck has just become an MVP member on Patreon. Randall, if you want into the exclusive Twitter chat, I'm going to send you a message. So let me know if you're on Twitter. We'll get you in there.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
It's a good time.
Love to have fun over there. Oh, these are all the ADPs that are popping up here. Whataburger over Rojo. Yeah, I like some Whataburger. I haven't had Whataburger since I came to the East Coast.
Never had it.
I don't really know how to explain. It's way better than White Castle. That's the only way I can explain it. Wow. You must hate Rojo. I don't hate anybody. Okay, let me take that back. I do hate some people, but I don't hate Rojo. I think, and we talked about this in our chat earlier in the week, maybe it was last week. It's crazy how some people can struggle and people just like, oh, they're overrated. Like Odell Beckham. Oh, he sucks. He's no good because he had a couple down years. But Rojo comes out here and really doesn't do that great. And people are like, oh, well, let's give him another chance. I mean, the guy's instincts are horrible. I mean, his vision is bad. Sure, he's bulked up to 225. He's putting out some workout videos that are kind of unimpressive to me, to be completely honest. And now all of a sudden we want to crown him this year. I just can't get behind it. Now with Keyshawn Vaughn there too. Not that Keyshawn Vaughn is like, the second coming or anything, but I'm not giving up on Derek Ogunbolawala or Walla Walla or however you say it. I still think he's involved in that backfield. So,
Walla Walla Bing Bang.
Yeah, I couldn't remember how to say it. If I stare at his name, I can sound it out. But if I'm not looking at it, it's gone. Happy birthday, Jack. Yes, you already got sung happy birthday on this stream. Rojo or crabs? We're talking about Crabtree or actual crabs? If it's actual crabs, I'm going with Rojo. I have my limits. But we have our Manscaped lawnmowers, Kyle, so I really don't have to worry about that. Yeah.
Here's my question. How do I get the crabs?
I'm not answering. I'm not answering that. I'm not answering that.
So it's 10:49. Do we got 11 more minutes than us?
We have what?
11 more minutes.
If the people have 11 minutes, then I have 11 minutes. How's that sound?
I'm getting like a cramp in my arm.
That's because you're old. Let's see here. What else we got?
James White or Sony Michel. I don't like the running backs from New England, but just in case. Oh, I love James White. He's going to be coming up on a video very, very soon. I'd love some James White this week.
Yeah, 100%. Sign me up for James White over Sony Michel every day of the week.
Gator fan wants to know Vaughn, Moss, or Swift.
I'm not overly high on any of them, but if I'm choosing one, it's DeAndre Swift. I think he has the clearest path to the most opportunity. That's my official stance. Chris Carson or David Johnson? I'm going David Johnson, Ryan. Chris Carson has a hip injury, and he's a running back, which means almost every time he touches the football, he's either going to get hit on his hip or land on his hip. That's not good.
Hey, now Ron says, you guys look tired. What are you doing tomorrow? Getting up and working.
Yeah, tomorrow's Monday. We get to work. But we do look tired, Kyle. Are we tired? It is almost 11 p.m. our time.
I slept super late this morning.
Yeah, I have no idea why you're tired.
To be fair, I did go to bed at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, that makes a difference, I guess.
Nelson Aguilar on the Raiders, any value? Probably not. There's going to have to be an injury there.
Yeah, not really.
Theo Landbreak says, is the draft guide an app or once purchased, how is it accessed? When you purchase it, you get an email on how to set up a username and password, and then you access it by logging in through our website. It is very clean, very user-friendly. You can get it from your laptop, your desktop, your mobile phone, your tablet. It doesn't matter how. You go in there and you log in, and any device you are on, it will fit that device.
Yes. So it doesn't matter what you got. You can download the material however you want to do it. It's very easy to navigate.
Chris Carlson said the 3 Tampa Bay running backs are the ones that hit dislike.
Probably. My bad.
Oh, Randall Peck is a Thunder fan on Twitter.
Is it?
Yes. Of course you're getting in the chat. I'm just adding him. He doesn't have a choice.
Oh, yeah. I didn't put the 2 and 2 together with the names, but heck yeah. He is super active with us on Twitter, so he's going straight into the chat. Are you adding him, Kyle, or do I need to?
You can add him. King Nolan, kind of off topic. I have a stupid debate today with my league. Pretty hypothetical. Maybe you can chime in. Pat's wide receivers core versus the Las Vegas wide receiver core. For whatever reason, the league I'm in, 6-4 Las Vegas. I'm all in on Vegas. If we're talking for just this year, and we're talking just wide receivers and not the tight ends. If we're talking this year, I will go with the Tampa Bay wide receivers. If we're talking like dynasty, then I'm going to take Las Vegas. Give me the savvy veteran and Julian Edelman. I think Mohamed Sanu is going to be a lot better this year. You have first round pick N'Keal Harry still there as well. So I'll risk it for the biscuit with them this year.
I'm going with you because I added our boy Randall into the chat.
There he is. Welcome in, Randall.
Everybody in the MVP tier is probably watching the stream anyway, so here it comes.
Dale says, thanks for your hard work, guys. Thank you, Dale. Beach 303 says, Chance T.Y. Hilton is a top 10 wide receiver. I don't think he can get that high. Maybe a mid-round, like a mid-wide receiver too, like maybe in there. I don't think he can get into that like 8 to 14 range. That might be a little bit too high.
Yeah, 15 or so is a solid year for T.Y. Hilton. I mean, he has a great opportunity to slide into that Keenan Allen role that we've seen in the past from Phillip Rivers.
Kevin goes, Kyle, were you popular back in the days? Define popular. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Who's your favorite late quarterback this year? I mean, we're talking super late. I like Dwayne Haskins, and that sounds crazy. But I can say that because we don't have everybody watching right now. But I already said it in the video, so it doesn't really matter. Super late, though, I think Dwayne Haskins, with now Ron Rivera as a head coach, has some serious upside.
How much is the draft guide in euros? That's a great question. I don't know. I'm not an expert on converting money.
I have no idea. I couldn't.
Well, let's convert it. Hold on.
Okay.
How much is...
Jack, I'm totally taking Ronald Jones there. 100% taking Ronald Jones.
Dollars in euros.
Taylor's in the chat. He wants to know if you're popular now, Kyle.
Just among you all.
Taylor
is the only group that accepts me.
That's right.
It is 17.08 euros. to buy the draft guide.
Cool. Awesome. So Taylor's out in the chat. If you enjoy the draft guide, tell Taylor, because Taylor's the one that created it.
Everyone all say the info. Thank you, Taylor, right now.
Yes, thank you, Taylor. Everybody. I'm sure he's going to stick around to watch it. He's going to text me in a minute and be like, dude, you shouldn't have done that. Let's see here. Yep, see, Randall, 17.07 euros. Love Minshew late. I don't hate Minshew late either. Like I said earlier, they're going to have to throw the ball a lot because they're going to be trailing a lot. What?
What?
What are you laughing at?
Zev says they love me, but not as much as you. I'm kind of the stepchild.
Well,
like they accept me because Dad basically said they need to.
I was there first, Kyle.
This is true.
I always have that special, spot in their heart. Let's see. How much is it in pesos, Kyle?
Jesus.
He probably doesn't even need to know, but we're gonna make you figure it out anyway. Edgar, give me DK Metcalf. Any thoughts on Seattle's defense? I think it's very much improved. I mean, I think this absolutely keeps them out of the race for Jadeveon Clowney. I don't think he's coming there anymore, but I mean, it's not going to be bad at all.
444.48 Mexican pesos.
Pesos. Awesome. All right, Kyle.
Not answering another one of those questions.
You're not doing any more conversions.
I'm not converting anything else, people.
That's right. All right, Kyle, it's been 2 hours.
Adrian says, thanks, Tater. Can we call Taylor Tater from now on?
Where? Somebody said Tater?
Yes.
Thanks, Tater.
I'm going to start calling him Tater.
I don't know.
No, Mikey, I'm not answering you. Give me Geis over Jones.
Yes. Jake has that teddy bear look. I am a big teddy bear. But if you piss me off, I will tell you that I am pissed. Like, I do not hide it very well.
Austin asked about defensive rankings in the guide. They're already in there. We rank defenses, and I also put my IDP rankings in there for anyone that does individual defensive positions in their leagues.
The only difference is on the draft guide, the defensive rankings are under the matchup meter.
Yes.
Where you see the schedules for everything. They're not in the cheat sheets. They're on the matchup meter. Let's see here. Tell him quattro. That's funny.
I don't know, people. Where's someone wants to know about Canadian dollars? Where's it?
We need some more people to help figure this stuff out. We need everybody on the Headliner staff in the chat just converting money is what we need here for the next 20 minutes.
Can you please talk about the Texans players' fantasy values? I mean, Deshaun Watson's kind of a mid QB1 for me. David Johnson's an RB2 for me. I think he's going to get a ton of workload this year. I do like the upside of Brandon Cooks. I do like the upside of Will Fuller. Kind of outside of that, though, Kenny Stills, he's going to be a boomer bust guy. He's probably not going to have a ton of volume all year long. But it depends, too, if we have injuries to Will Fuller, which, the sun rises every morning, so there's a pretty good chance Will Fuller will get hurt at some point in time. It's Kenny Stills could pick up later on in the year.
Absolutely. How do I get my free draft guide? Dale Edwards. Yes, Dale, email me at the email down in the description. I'll hook you up. Monopoly money. I don't know if you can convert Monopoly money or not. Peter Gilroy, the draft guide is 4 $5 bills. Everybody's doing math tonight. Everybody's a math genius now all of a sudden. Are my Saints going to win it all? They have a shot, but I can't say right now that they're my favorites to win it. How much is Bitcoin? I don't know. Let me open up my app and see. Since I am a stock market aficionado, Kyle. I never do this on my phone though.
The Lions, my projections have the Lions winning the NFC North. So
Bitcoin is currently at $10,000 a share, or $10,000 each. Yeah, it won't focus. 10,000 was your answer.
We don't accept Bitcoin here. Get real money.
I don't know. Maybe we should accept Bitcoin. It's a lot of money.
Mikey wants to know how much is the draft guide in squirrel pellets. Let me go ask the one that's sitting outside right now and see what he says.
Exactly.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's 11 o'clock. The Fantasy Headliners Live is officially finished for this evening.
But it was fun. We had a good time. Some people won some draft guides. You know, we got to communicate with y'all. If you're just now, getting ready to leave and you hadn't hit the like button yet, still hit the like button because it really helps us on YouTube. So we greatly appreciate that. Kyle's just laughing because our chat over here on Twitter is exploding with certain things.
I'm talking about our chat, our writer chat.
Yes, I saw. But we enjoyed tonight. It's always fun to do these, right? On Sunday evenings, hop in here. Everybody's had a long week. Come in here and hey, I cannot concentrate with you constantly laughing at things.
Oh my god, this one's hilarious. Zev says one draft guide is equal to 14 signed Devin punches up in mitts.
I mean, pretty close. I mean, he wears them every game he plays. So
our draft guide is way worth more than that.
Daniel, you've been here for a little bit, but I mean, you can still hang out in the chat. I don't know. Maybe if you guys want to, if we end the stream, I think the chat's still active. Maybe you guys still talk to each other. We got to go to work in the morning, though.
Oh, man.
But we had fun. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Last chance. If you want a chance to win another draft guide tonight, you need to go over to thefantasyheadliners.com, purchase yours, and we're going to pick 2 random people, and we're going to message you and refund your money. That's how we're going to give away 2 more tonight. So make sure you get that in before midnight wherever you live. Just tonight. As long as the date says 7/26, it'll be okay. Just get it in. But for myself and Kyle, we greatly appreciate the support. We love hanging out with you guys and conversing. Live shows they're a lot more fun because I think a lot of our recorded shows, we have to put so much time and research into graphics and the research and the stat stuff that we don't get to enjoy it as much as maybe doing something like this. So greatly appreciate the support out there from you guys. Hopefully you guys are enjoying all the information. And for myself and for Kyle, I think this is where we bid them adieu. Kyle, do you have anything else you want to say before we leave? No, you're just gonna.
I do not. Headliner Nation, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Appreciate you all paying it forward to other members of Headliner Nation. Just appreciate you in general. Do I need to give him another hug?
Nope. One hug was good enough.
Again.
That's right. We appreciate y'all. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your night, a great week this week. And we will talk to you later.
We appreciate you. Thank you. Love you.